So, a little bit of editing background story. I actually had to split recording here because I knew this was going to take a while. Luckily, this didn't take as long. This was only about 30 minutes of doing the same stage over and over. But,
30
yeah.
minutes of this fucking ticking noise.
Yeah, because I don't have anything to get health potions. So I have to do all this without taking a single point of damage.
God, she looks so goofy, though.
Yeah. So, here's the big issue with, this boss. This is the Dwarven warship. Everybody else fights it on foot, she fights it in a shmup. On heroic mode, that flamethrower needs to fucking die. Because it shoots a shotgun blast all the time that is too tight for Mercedes to weave through. So you'll be in situations like this where you have to go around the electric field, but the flamethrower shoots bolts in the opposite direction, which is a surefire kill. Aside from that, the fight's actually super easy. Once the flamethrower is down, you don't have to do a lot. Because the pattern is, he'll do the electric force field and try to chase you down, he'll fail at that. Then he'll do, nukes, which you could just reflect for free damage. Then he'll shoot you with electric bolts, which you could just shoot out of the sky. Once all that's done, this boss is super easy. It's the flamethrower that just absolutely has to die. Now here's the kicker. Unless you have enough foes on to cast a bunch of hunter shots, you cannot kill the flamethrower reliably.
That's really good.
I know. It's great boss design when you have to, you know, dump 27 phosons to kill a single facet of it.
It's just good game design.
It's a shame though, because when I did this on normal mode, I had a lot of fun with it. It was a really good fight. When I come to heroic mode though, I realize how poorly designed it is and how it's just, you know, unless you're fully aware of what to do, you cannot avoid damage. Also, if you heard that cue there, he will eventually respawn the flamethrower, so you gotta make sure you have phosons in reserve, or else you will get sucked. I want to say they also intended the nukes to take on the flamethrower, but that's not reliable either. The thing about the nukes is that they impact and then they do the explosion animation, then like after a second delay, the damage hitbox appears.
Gross.
So yeah, if you saw earlier when I was hitting the back balloon with the nukes and it didn't do anything, that's why. You would see the explosion and then the hitbox would have like shifted away from the actual damage box.
I'm not gonna lie, it feels like this fight goes on maybe a little too long.
That's always been a big issue about this game in the harder difficulties, is that there is HP inflation.
HP bloat is really good.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the game's flaws tend to, like, shine brightly in a, just, you know, a brown shine with Mercedes. For that, we get Shield Ring +2, this late in the game. It's not bad, though. 10% chance to, block an attack.
Yeah. Take whatever you can get.
And then here's where I realized, wait a minute. I had a chance to double up on a Mars Bangle? Fuck!
You dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, I think I got that last chapter, but just never realized it.
Also, man, that low health noise, though.
Mm-hmm. Great, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really good. Probably the best I've ever seen that done was in, I think, Pokemon Black and White.
Which
basically, it became the beat for the low health song, which was really good.
Ah. I know in Axiom Verge they make the beat match the music, which, you know, mitigates it, but it's still kinda there.
No, they made an entire song around it, basically.
Oh my god, that's so dumb.
It's really good!
So, you thought that fight lasted forever? Because we're about to do the challenge mission. And I just want to spend my foes on stuff, mainly for the attack bonus, but also Banshee's Call is super reliable on boss fights. But yeah, I gotta prepare for this one because I remember it being a doozy, but oh man, I forgot how much of one it is. One good thing about this chapter is that a lot of the enemies drop pork chops, which are really good, you know, alchemy materials. I feel like you could make an actual recipe of something if you have like pork chops and turnips.
And you can make a recipe of basically anything, like.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's good, but
True.
you can.
True. I had this like idea in my head to make a turkey and mushroom sandwich once, and then I sat there and thought, wait a minute, that sounds terrible.
I mean, not really.
Now here's the cool thing. Since we have a blaze potion and a what's it called? A habanero, we could just add a cooler to it to make it a nice potion.
Oh, damn.
And then just jam a lamb chop in it.
Just jam it full of meat.
Let's see if
just like... Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, just jam 2 pork chops and a habanero in there. Ice potion! Perfect!
Yeah, I just like to imagine just Mercedes taking this nice cut of lamb and then just hastily just trying to stuff it into the vial.
And the vial's like super tiny.
Yes.
God, I've been at this for 21 hours. So you know how...
Feel?
I don't know, I've been feeling accomplished, but also just a little worn out. So you mentioned HP bloat is a problem, right?
Yes.
What about numbers bloat?
Oh, God.
So remember the first boss fight in this chapter? Well, just, you know, do that 3 times. And I eventually will edit the time down in the rudest way possible. But I wanted to keep the first phase of this around just to prove a point. Just to prove a point that when 3 bosses have the capacity to summon 4 goons at the same time, I get super rude and just juggle you into the sky. But yeah, there's really not much to discuss here. It's just, you know, it's 3 barbarians. They're not really updated. It's a very bog standard fight, but Mercedes doesn't have punch through or juggle capacity, so it takes a lot longer in general.
Look, everyone knows the best way to make a fight harder is by adding 1 more of thing. So what if you add 2 more of thing instead? It must be incredibly difficult.
I feel like this was a missed opportunity, you know? What if they mixed up the fights, you know? What if instead of just 3 dudes, it was the barbarian and the airship?
What if it was 1 dude with 3 heads?
Yeah. This is the rudest thing I've done all of Mercedes' chapter. Just grab a dude and take him to the sky.
You monster.
So how's your day been, Torpid? I feel like I don't have anything to contribute to this conversation.
Just been doing doctor shit all day, it's great.
Ah. Yeah, I was a little, like, we needed to get this episode out quick, so I just told Torpid, yo, do it whenever. I know you got doctor business to do, just, like, take 30 before we actually do anything.
I mean, there was also getting pants in Breath of the Wild, that's always a good time.
Oh yeah, you got the climber's pants, which I forget how you get.
You just find them in the side of a mountain, basically.
Oh yeah, I remember now. I thought that was the hat.
Yup.
Man, we already got 1 dude almost down, but the other 2 are just fucking still at full health.
Yeah, I also painted my Zora outfit red to commemorate Fishwife.
Oh, that actually makes a lot of sense. I was like, why red?
I miss my dead Fishwife.
I don't know. I feel like there were better female characters in Breath of the Wild. Namely every Gerudo was super cool.
But Fishwife.
God, Brianek is really good for this fight.
Yeah, well, because they all bunch up in one place.
Yeah, you can tell that there's a lot of design flaws with Mercedes as a concept, because When you could just stand up in the sky and be safe, it's just really defangs a lot of the difficulty.
Just a little bit. It is great watching them impotently try to smack you.
I think the worst part about this though is that I did this fight just after doing the shmup, so I keep forgetting I don't have infinite ammo. So you'll often just at times see me guarding for no foreseeable reason, and that's because I have no ammo. Yeah, keep summoning your boys. You're not gonna make this fight last long. Yeah, this fight goes on for so long, I level up. So yeah, about Breath of the Wild, I'm like, I think my favorite armor in there was the ninja armor, because, you know me, I love that shit.
You huge fucking nerd. I painted mine white, fight me.
I did too, actually.
I mean, one of my friends, she painted all of her gear white, and I don't know why.
That's bizarre. I have something called the Barbarian gear in that game, and I painted that purple.
Because that comes painted purple.
No. Oh, does it? I might have painted it green
Yeah.
then. And we're gonna kill one of these in a hot minute, and then I'll have the editing done.
Finally, we are free!
I don't know, I feel like this fight is hilarious with 3 times sound.
And it's pretty good.
There is one sound clip that just made me giggle.
There's it! That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah, I tweeted a preview of this last night because I was super miffed at it. And one dude has the gall to say, oh, he fell for the meme of more enemies is bad design. Fuck you, this is terrible!
That's not a meme, though?
This is not good boss design. It's just 3 people that could summon 12 dudes. Where's the challenge? Like, I am not in any danger at all. Fuck you.
Yeah. Like, there's nothing meaningful about there being more than one guy. That's the thing. The fight's not built around it, is the issue.
Yeah, it just feels like they needed to come up with a challenge, and they were just like, well, just add more of them. Because they did
one thing if... Go on.
I was just gonna say, they did that in Muramasa as well, and it felt not as bad because Muramasa had more flow to it.
Yeah. It's very much the issue of, just add more guy for more challenge. More number equal better.
Yeah, Dark Souls does the same thing, especially in 2, and that game was hot garbage in that regard.
Tell me about 2Cat. Please tell me about 2Cat.
Hello, Ruined Sentinels. I'd like to attack, but you're gonna fucking leapfrog all your attacks? Okay, I'll just sit here and shield up and wait until you're done.
Okay, but what about 2Cat?
Who was 2Cat in Dark Souls 2?
DLC.
Oh, I haven't played the DLC.
Oh, boy.
We still need to stream that, dude.
We do. We need to do more of that.
Alright, I think I have everything prepared. I was trying to see if I could get another shield potion, but I'm actually out. But I do kind of like a victory lap thing as a sign of, like, I did it. I have absolutely no reason to eat these. They don't give me health, they don't give me max health, and the heal is gross, but fuck it. I beat every challenge mission as Mercedes, I'm eating the apples. Yum.
You did it!
I'm pretty sure Mercedes now has heavy metal poisoning.
I mean...
She just ate an apple made of...
Walk it off.
Yeah.
No, you see, it was gold paint, actually.
Wouldn't that be like lead poisoning then? It's still heavy metal.
No.
I know you do not wish to hear this, but the fact is that the enemy troops are superior.
There's a reason why there's like gold flakes in various foods.
Sure.
Gold in small amounts is actually kind of edible. That's why Goldschlager's a thing.
That is true.
Now continue.
I love how miffed Odin is at all this that's going on right now.
This is basically spitting in his face.
Oh. Well. So you are the Queen's daughter. Our key to victory has fallen into our laps.
Prepare yourself for our Queen's wrath.
Get the fuck out of my way. I have business with the Queen.
Such
If
rudeness.
you wish to challenge me, you should have brought at least 4 or 5 soldiers.
Mercedes, a lot of people have died in more mass beforehand. Why are you worried?
You're quivering. Such a disgrace. And a child like you should attempt.
I do like how even in the last chapter there are still people openly mocking Mercedes.
Follow Alfaria into death's
Odin, could you not be a
embrace.
twat for like 2 seconds? That's all I
Do
ask.
not tarnish my mother's name with your
No, it's fine.
You're a huge jerk.
Oh, you cry.
Odin's such a dick here.
What a fucking twat. Jesus Christ.
my mother's
It's like, and now you're crying on the battlefield. Come on.
my dearest.
Look,
Belle,
ain't nothing
my
wrong with a
rebel,
good cry,
lend
alright?
me power.
Struggling against a girl. My troops have weakened.
Or maybe you're just a shit leader.
Wow.
This battle will change.
Holy
everything.
shit.
And we actually get unique boss fight music for this, because we're fighting Odin.
Yeah. Also, struggling against a girl, he says, when many of his soldiers are women.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like Odin is a piece of shit.
It's almost like he's a giant douche canoe.
Unfortunately, the actual Odin fight, while it has some cool ideas, is relatively boring, and because of, as I mentioned before, Mercedes' gameplay absolutely trivializes it.
Yeah, it's once again, it's a fight clearly built for the other characters, but Mercedes was just kind of slapped in there.
Well, in terms of the plot, it makes sense that Mercedes fights Odin. It's just that mechanically, it's so nothing.
That's what I mean, though. Like, the problem is, once again, that they were very much on a limited budget and a short time span, and it shows
Yeah.
with Mercedes in particular. Because basically, they'd have to design a new game around her if they wanted her to fit in proper.
By the way, this is great. This is how great this boss fight is. And sometimes it just becomes teleports behind you. Because I'll roll behind Odin, and then he'll roll behind me, and we'll do this for like a solid 15 seconds.
Because, yeah, it's just a case of they would need to greatly redesign the game just for Mercedes gameplay, because it's so vastly different from every other character.
To the sky with you, Odin! By the way, the luckiest drop ever there.
I appreciate Mercedes' attempt at the North Space program.
We're gonna take Odin to space or die trying.
We're going to the fucking moon, Odin!
I'm just imagining like someone looping that GIF to the point where it goes beyond the battlefield, and then you just see a picture of space, and then Mercedes carrying Odin there. By the way, there was a ground shot. It's not good.
It's really anemic looking too. Not even just that it's not good, it just doesn't even look good. But yeah, the problem with ground shot is it uses 2 words that should never apply to Mercedes, which is ground only.
Yeah.
Mercedes should not be on the ground ever, is the thing.
Also, one thing I do appreciate is that Odin takes from the playbook of Terry Bogard and has Power Geyser. Or is it Cracknickel? I can't remember.
Fuck if I know.
Though there is the most dangerous shot of Odin. He just emits a bunch of bullets and they home in on you. If you're not paying attention, it can tear you apart.
Thankfully, Hunter Shot ate all of it.
Hey, most of it. I took 1 hit because it could only do so much, but yeah, better 1 than 10.
Yeah, and you can make up for that easily with your,
Here we go!
To the moon!
Unfortunately, much like in a lot of other games like this, there is gravity scaling if you combo too hard. Which makes sense, because man, if you could just take Odin to the moon consistently, that would be terrible.
It'd be hilarious.
I mean, yeah, but it would also be kind of like the most, that would be the most, you know, thematically clashing thing ever.
No, I actually like it a lot, though, just Mercedes putting him in his place.
Like, he's the ruler of a continent, we could have just shot him to the moon this whole time. Also, Odin has a phase 2 where he just stops fucking around. And when he brings out what do you call it? Balor. He actually gets a lot tougher just because he gets more range. Like, you have to time your backsteps pretty well if you don't want to eat shit during this fight. And here's one that actually threw me off guard, because I didn't know he had this ability. Which is a little silly if you think about it. I didn't know Odin could take his ball and chain and swing it.
Yeah, I don't know why.
There is one attack he has that'll make you go, wait, what? And it's super goofy when you look at it. I'm pretty sure I get it in this recording because it's the only because I had to retry this fight once, and the other retry I didn't even get to Brionac, or not Brionac, Baylor.
Your boy Brionac.
Yeah. I think 2 other people fight Odin when he has Baylor, and it's a lot more threatening just because of that, because they're melee characters. And Odin isn't constantly trying to get behind you.
Stare at orb.
I think he's absorbing foe zones, but... Oh, no, damn. I know it's here somewhere. Here it is, he just throws his ball like a basketball and it follows you. The goofiest attack from our good friend Odin, the Demon King.
I mean, joke's on him, your gun is meant to pierce Baylor, so whatever.
Yeah?
I will never not call it a gun, and you cannot stop me.
Well, that's basically what it is. Like, you're not wrong.
What if we took a crossbow and made it a gun?
Like, this entire story would, like, not be changed at all if we just gave Mercedes an M16. Give her an AK-47.
I can't believe Mercedes has a P90. Who let this happen?
A P90 would actually be a lot more appropriate now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Just want to see Mercedes with an AK-47.
Why didn't they give Mercedes a Glock?
Oh, ugh, no. Why would you want to give her a grenade?
A Glock isn't a grenade.
I'm trying to remember if that's the joke gun I'm thinking about. Because the joke among gun owners is that Glocks are fucking terrible and tend to explode on you. But yeah, Odin is just a cool fight that is poorly introduced to Mercedes. And they even give him unique music too, which is a tragedy, because it's really good music.
Yeah. I like the fight. God, what a wet fart of a fight.
Yeah. Though I will say this little, this cutscene here is actually really good.
Be destroyed by such a tiny bow.
Look, it's not the size that matters, it's the motion of the... Oh, fuck, I can't complete that.
Finish him, Queen Mercedes.
His once terrifying
You fucked it up, but
visage
okay.
is now the face of an old man.
Yeah, I could not bring myself to complete it.
'Twould be a simple thing to avenge my mother with a single blast. But
Die and you'll be a martyr. I will not have you find glory in death.
Damn,
Your
Mercedes, that's
successor
pretty
will only
brutal,
try to
actually.
gain the cauldron
It
once
gets
again.
even brutaler.
so you must decide. If you choose to never show your face to me,
That pause.
nor set foot in our land, and choose to remain forever in your northern lands, I shall spare your life. If you choose to die, we will invade your homeland. Your people will lose even more after you are gone. So swear to me, Odin. Swear to be gone.
This is the most brutal revenge you could have against a warrior race.
Swear it.
Yeah.
And it is actually probably the
Do not
most
try to
well-written part of her
deceive me.
story.
I have shamed myself. If I were to break my word, my people's pride and honor would disappear.
Valkyrie, bear witness.
Okay.
Form Odin's troops.
Now, go.
Former demon lord. Leave the ring.
Hey
that
guys, you'll
controls
never
the
guess what happened.
Take your troops and
Odin got his ass whipped by a little girl.
always remember your oath for as long
It's-
as you live.
A really well-written ending for Mercedes. Like, I enjoy what they did for her ending, because this whole time has been
Tell me your
she
name,
has this
Queen of
little
Rainford.
bit of revenge that she wants against Odin, and it's always there. She always has that spite. And in the end, instead of her revenge isn't simply just killing the man that killed her mother.
It's shattering his fucking ego.
Yeah, in more ways than one. And it just feels so poetic. So as much as I hate the, I don't like the Mercedes plotline, it ends on such a good note.
Suffering has come to an end. I promise peace will return.
Can't believe he got his ass kicked by a little girl with a gun.
Send out a prayer to those who gave their lives for our glorious
Everyone starts
victory.
talking about it. The gossip spreads fast.
You're actually not wrong, because it
Such a
does,
splendid
like, bleed
leader.
into someone else's story.
Holding Odin's life within the palm of your hand. We are all proud of you. That negotiation was a brilliant political move.
Not the B word I would have used, but okay. I would have
Did
used
you
brutal.
see the looks on the
Because you had to force
None
Odin
shall
to choose
dare to
between
view you with
stopping his
contempt or
rampant
disdain.
expansionism
Stand
or the
proud
genocide of
and
his people.
Mercedes.
Yep.
You are indeed.
So yeah, Mercedes, probably the most brutal leader ever.
Yeah, you had to make him choose between his honor or his pride.
And our final...
I mean, it made sense why she
Oh,
did
yeah.
it.
But our
And
final
I appreciate that she did that instead of killing him.
Yeah. Our final ability is the third option, and I really wish we'd gotten this earlier. Because Mercedes with 3 options is pretty fun.
Finally, I can play Gradius and Odin Sphere.
Yeah, like we haven't done that already.
No, because Gradius is actually good. Well, not 1. And 2, barely. 3, though. 3's good.
Let's also increase our charisma. I'm not gonna buy anything with a Mercedes, but
Can you buy your dignity? Because you sure as fuck could use it.
no. That shit
Oh,
ain't
you're
worth
SOL.
anything. But yeah, with that, a new chapter has unlocked. It's one of my favorite chapters to play. It's a hot mess story-wise because it's taking place after other elements with him have taken place. Get out of here, cat. I need to show off the book.
I love Cat.
But yeah, Oswald's next. It's Oswald. I'm super excited. Thank you for recording Mercedes with me, Torpid. You're a real pal for dealing with all this.
It's been a real pant load, Wang.
See you folks next time with Oswald.